Yes, people, welcome to Never the Foul, as you know, a gal would say it, but it's called actually Never a Foul. But after 2 years, he still doesn't get it right. But there's quite a bit of news surrounding quite a few clubs, and this is where it looks like it's heating up, man.
Oh, he was calling me Dabs for 2 years of doing shows with me. A gal was still calling me Dabs, and it wasn't. You know what? If anyone else did it, I'd think, they're bantering. It wasn't banter.
And he still calls Monty.
Funniest one is when I said he was mean because he wouldn't let me on his show, and he was like, and I put the finger up, and he was like, "What have I done wrong?" And he was like, actually thinking I'm trying to beef him.
Aye, Marathon. It's that's never early. It's not me, man. It's Monts don't know timing to save his life.
I've had work this morning. I've just finished work, so it's not on me.
And there's the excuse that
half day still.
Yeah. Them ones. But yeah, big up Dabs.
Sleep.
I've actually had work. I've just finished work, and now I'm about to go Centre Parks.
But there's 100 people in the building, so if you can get those likes nice and early, that would be much appreciated. Don't just ignore it, because if you do it, then you don't have to bother to get on your burners. Get them to like the video and make sure they look like me and Monts, depending on what mode you're on, or Dabs. But yeah, look, there's quite a bit of news surrounding quite a few of the top clubs, as we do. Man United not being one of them, which is actually kind of funny. But Arsenal linked to Sesko, people don't know. Chelsea not planning for Osimhen, so that's up in the air. That means maybe Gyökeres is their target, since Arsenal might be going for Sesko. Liverpool are now linked with Bakayoko, and apparently I've made an approach, including Arsenal as well. And I think there was another club I literally just saw, and it's from an actual Dutch outlet, Bayern Munich. So watch that space right there. And Mbuemo's on the agenda, which we talk about. And also Manchester City. Rodrygo, him and Pep talked, and obviously nailed out some plans and stuff like that. And Rodrygo might not be in his fancy at the time, but doesn't mean that Man City won't go in there. The guy prefers the left more than the right. But again, watch this space. We'll talk about Bernardo Silva. Might be leaning towards staying, maybe not. Can talk about that as well. And on the forefront of Tottenham, not much news, but we'll start with the Arsenal stuff regardless. Benjamin Sesko, well, reportedly from John Cross Mirror. I don't know how reliable he is, right? But if you're going to make a claim like that, there must be something to it. Or there must be talks in and around, because you can't just be throwing that out just for the sake of it. But 45 million, guys, 6'5", if people don't know, plays for Leipzig, scored 14 goals. And when I tell you now, Daps, yeah, for a kid, see, I've got my opinion on this, right? But for a kid at his age, 6'5", I don't know a 6'5" guy that's so rapid.
I mean, listen, if you follow Mr. Positive, aka Bavs, then you know that he's 6'5" and he's quick.
He's got good link-up play. Very good link-up play.
But I know nothing, so I can't talk in it. All I can talk is what I see on Twitter, because I know nothing about the kid at all. But if you're an Arsenal fan, yeah, it must be hard. You've got either Bavs or Lee Gunner, yeah, and you don't know which way to go. You've either got Mr. Positive about everything, or Mr. Hate everything to do with the club apart from the actual club itself, and you're just stuck in the middle. So I just sit here watching it both, and you know, he's 6'5", and you know. And he's quick.
But all right,
but that kind of makes sense if you're tall, bro. Like,
well, they usually slow.
If you're 6'5", bro, if you're 6'5", you can be technically slow, but still one of your steps is twice as long as Martinez is. Yeah, literally. Like, yeah, I'm doing it again, Monts. We're bringing back the Martinez hype thing. Why not? Gal started it. Now I'm running with it.
No, but I'm gonna
off down there, Cass.
Yeah. It's a dry out. But what's it called, Martinov? Kiana.
Did you just say I'll turn it off, and then you're going to use my daughter to go and turn it off?
Basically, let me swing this question. Okay. Let me swing this question to you, Daps. See, my whole thing around Sesko is the fact that he's potential and he's nothing proven right now. Not like a Gyökeres who's got a number of goals, played in the Championship. He's not exactly an Ivan Toney either, who's Premier League proven, would suit that team very much so as well. And
How
then
much
maybe even Osimhen. I don't know how proven. Obviously, Osimhen's not proven, but he's obviously the money side of things.
How much is this tall bastard?
45 million. So it is a bit of a still release clause, I believe, as well.
So if they're paying 45 million on him, is that really their main striker? Or is this just someone that they're interested in as another squad player and potential?
You know what, right? I was looking at towards this as well. They'll bring him in, but I don't know if he'd be the starting striker at first, right? And I'm looking at towards that because I was even reading up apparently that he had to accept that he would be rotation with Kai Havertz and he won't even be first choice.
And that's what I was going to say. Do right. If Arsenal start next season, without buying a number 9, without buying a proven number 9, are we saying Arsenal are in trouble? Or are we saying Arsenal compete again? Because me personally, I'm saying Arsenal compete even if they don't buy a number 9, right? So if they bring a player that can take 6 months to bed in, is that really much of a bad thing? Like, I'll always say, if Arsenal go out and buy the wrong number 9 and say Arsenal go out and buy a Haaland, they're going to have to adapt. They're going to have to change the way they play. So maybe if they keep with a Havertz, they've got Jesus there, they've got Eddie there, and then they go and get some potential. Is that the worst thing?
I think I don't know for you, Monchi, but getting rid of Nketiah for whatever price they can.
What, they getting rid of him? Are they?
Yeah, they're looking like he's reported like he's transfer listed, right? If he goes and you bring on someone else, that's probably a good move in itself. But as Dap said, right, in your mind, and this is not a hate thing or anything because they might not even get him. Like, so Arsenal fans, don't get defensive. He's not your player yet, right? And I'm trying to play that like a bit of both sides. Things got huge potential, but we're talking about Arsenal getting over the line. Do you believe Sesko gets Arsenal over the line?
Even if they sell Nketiah, and it's a lot of questions raised in it because Kai Havertz seems to be working in that false 9. But it seems to me that if they're still looking for a striker, is Kai Havertz going to go back to the LCM role, which for me, he's not as good in the LCM role? Or is he going to... Do you know what I'm saying? What happens to Kai Havertz? What was the point of that?
Well, he wasn't... Yeah, he's just an option at this point, and he did get a few
but Jesus is an option.
I got a feeling Jesus might go.
And it's still good enough to be...
For me, Jesus... I'm still screaming Jesus wide... Keep Jesus because 1, he's an option through the middle. 2, I'm still shocked at in this last. How long are we going to say Saka has been carrying tiredness, stroke a bit of a knock? At least a season now. Will we say a season of him not looking? I'm still shocked, that we have not seen Jesus used on the right at all because I still stand by it. Jesus's best season at City was played wide right. So I've never understood why, with all these Saka needing a rest, Saka having a bit of a knock, why not once Arteta's really gone, do you know what, play Jesus there? Because he's good on the right. Like, he's a good option on the right. If I'm Arsenal, the only reason I'd be getting rid of Jesus is if he is saying, nope, I'm not staying to play on the right. Otherwise, they don't need to go out to the market to get someone to play on the right. They've got him.
They'll be hypocrites. It would be a hypocrite if he done that because he said, I don't care where I play, I just want to win. So if he done that and said,
we already know that, bro. We already know that.
Liar,
one of the reasons he left City was because he was upset that in a game we played Zinchenko in a false 9 role and not him. So he might say that as long as he's part of the squad and whatever, but sooner or later, and you've got to look at his age. How old is he now? 26?
Yeah, he's got to be about 26, 27 now, right?
Well, I always said, that Arsenal, for me, was a bit of... Arsenal fans, don't take this wrong, but a bit of a stepping stone, right? Because if you're a young Brazilian, right, you want to end up at Barca or Real Madrid. I like most of them, While he was second fiddle at City, he was never going to get neither of them moves. If he went Arsenal and played through the middle in the 9 role, and bagged, all of a sudden Real Madrid and Barcelona became a real possibility. Yeah.
Yeah,
Now again, they're not, are they? At the moment, with how he's performing, maybe Barca might be. Real Madrid's certainly not an option. I don't know. But if I'm Arsenal, I'm keeping him and saying, look, you're our rotation on the right and through. He's an option for both. You keep him, you've got cover for a centre forward, and you've got cover for right wing. But it's just whether he's happy to stay there and be cover.
Yeah. What are you saying, Ches? Anyways, man, big up yourself. Obviously, there's actually quite a bit of news surrounding your club, even like Mari Hutchinson and so forth, and then obviously Arsenal, Man City, and that. We're just talking about Sesko though. Sesko to Arsenal, and I know actually Chelsea's one of the clubs that are also chasing him. Apparently, he said yes to Arsenal, but I want to know what you think of Benjamin Sesko. Innit? What kind of do you think he fits into the Arsenal mold? Like, do you think he'd be someone that probably hits the heights, or do you think it's just potential all over again?
Yeah, it's the thing, man. I've been hearing Arsenal fans saying that that we don't mind the striker that's young and it's worth the risk because the team is stable and Arteta's worked with young players. The thing is, that's not the mentality I was expecting to hear, to be honest. Arsenal fans should be saying they want like guys that have been there, done it. Even if you don't think they'll emulate what they've done in other leagues, at least you could say they're bagsmen. They got the experience. We need that player coming in. So no one's saying that Sesko is not going to work. It's more like, why would you want to risk it not working just to save a bit of dollar? Like, why not just spend the money? And the thing is, the argument people always make is no one's guaranteed. Everyone's a risk. But there's varying degrees of risk in it. There's players who are going to be higher risk because they don't have much experience. Sesko, he's 6 foot something, 2-footed. There we go. 6'5", 2-footed, quick. Like 2 foot, what's it called? Great shot on him. That's good attributes for a striker, especially at Arsenal, right? My chances are great. The issue is, why gamble on that kind of like price tag? Why gamble on Sesko?
Does anyone know how much they've Arsenal? Is it an Arsenal fans in the chat probably know this? Does anyone know what war chest they've got to play with this summer?
I heard over 200.
Yeah, I think they got about. I think because of the winning Champions League, especially the Champions League package as well.
Yeah.
Got to remember, like in the Premier League, most teams pretty much get the same amount of prize
we only
money.
got to the quarters though, bro. Both us and Arsenal only got to the quarters.
Still big payout.
Still nice, but it's not as nice as when you get into them finals and winning it.
I got a feeling
that's different gravy.
I got a feeling it got about, from what I read up, right, and this is me get it because I like diving into the business, like this people that always dive into the business aspects. I think they've actually got about 180 to 200 million to play with, but cash wise, not as much as people think. But the sponsorships the little sponsorships that they did come through is not active until July the 1st.
What about their big sponsorships? You know, their oil bunny sponsorships. What are they worth to them? Oh, sorry, my bad.
Yeah, something like that. But no, the sponsorship that they have gotten is not. There's not a lot of it's actually active until July the 1st. So if they're going to go and do a deal this month, they might do one, but it probably has to be the right deal. And probably,
I'm just trying to work out what they're looking at, because 45, like I said, this might not be their main option, right? But if they are looking for a party replacement, and if they are sniffing around players like Bruno G, then that's going to take a fair chunk of that money in it. So maybe then this is their first choice. I'm just trying to work out, because what's happened to, maybe they've given up on Isaac, sorry. Tony, what's Tony to you lot now? And who's Ollie Watkins? Are they giving up on all three of them? I've seen all three of them linked.
I feel like you're right. I feel like they're trying to diversify their money in it, trying to get the best out they can.
Get the best, yeah.
But the thing is that the question begs basically is, what position do you personally as a fan think they need? So like, people would debate they need an 8 more than a striker, and then some people would say they need like a left back more than a midfielder. So like, it depends what you want. Yeah. Like, for example, for me, I'll probably say they need an 8 and a striker equally, because Havertz isn't a 9 and he's not an 8. He's a squad player.
Yeah. I agree. They don't need the options.
If Partey's leaving, who's not even an 8 in himself, you need to get an 8, and you need a striker, because people keep telling me we scored 99 goals and but it still weren't good enough. So which one is it? Like, is it your midfield? Is it your attack? I think for me it's both. They need to spend the money on both. And I don't want to hear nothing about like, they cost too much money. Like, your Arsenal Football Club, you're literally 2 points away from winning a Premier League. What more do you need to do? Just get a good striker and midfielder and you're good to go now.
Yeah, this is where I look at it as well, Mons, right? Yeah, it's just, I said this to you the other day. when we talk about the 8, like the Zubermendis and stuff like that, yada yada yada. It's not about what happens to said player, what happens to Havertz, what happens to Trossard. It's not about that. It's about who's going to come in and push them players out the team. So that means they've got a better option regardless. Like you don't just have depth, but you got quality in depth. That's why I look at Sesko. Does he come in and instantaneously be better than a Havertz up front or Jesus? Again, we don't know. Again, it's kind of potential.
Well, the system has to change as well. Let's be real.
That's what I'm saying. And when an 8 comes in, who's going to push Jorginho or Declan Rice out of one of those positions for them to, like, Declan Rice could be a 6 instead of the 8, or he could be the 8 instead of the 6. Who's going to be that player to come in and push them to the bench naturally, and they'd be like, oh no, you know what? This player is actually quite good. Like, I need to work my socks off. So it's all about competition. Do you get what I'm saying? That's why I say the Sesko thing for me is a bit confusing unless they're going to buy 2 strikers, maybe.
But maybe they are.
Yeah,
I think Sesko would be probably the best striker at the club, but
naturally,
by enough to go. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not like a clear gap. Like, cool, he's better than everything they've got comfortably. I just think he's only slightly better than what they've got. But I do rate potential-wise. I do think he has the highest ceiling out of the lot, and I understand the kind of options thing at Arsenal. But again, I think it's time when you're this close to like winning the league and stuff. I think it's time to buy proven rather than potential. Not for every position.
You know what's so funny? Yeah? We all agree this, yeah, and we support all different clubs. Why can't they say this? I'll tell you why. Because the Arsenal PR is telling them we're going to get Sesko, so now their default is to defend Sesko.
Oh yeah, 100%.
How do we?
I think that's not an Arsenal thing, though. That's the every fan base thing, though.
No. That's my point. That's my point.
We went through that last year with Don and this brother. Yeah, I don't actually.
Yeah, I hear it, but you know what? Else. I'll be real. I do hear what you're saying, Mons, but I'll be honest with you. I wasn't Calvin Phillips. When you see it's not right, you can call it out, right? Nunes, I was never going, Nunes is going to come and absolutely cook for us. I was a bit open-minded with it.
Yeah, you're asking for an opinion on Nunes.
Can I just ask on this Don? Is he a 9? Is he? And when I say a 9, is he a Haaland? Yeah. He's a Haaland type 9. Yeah.
No.
What is link ups better?
I would say
he's an out and out 9. He's an out and out 9. He's not someone.
Right. Let me give an example.
What's the profile of him, basically?
Obviously, right. You got Haaland, yeah. Then you've got Ivan Toney, who I think Ivan Toney's link up play. I think Ivan Toney's better with his link up play than Haaland is. You got Ollie Watkins, who you'd say is even more that way. Like, where's this guy sit? Is he just a bagsman, or is he someone that can
technically he's better? Like, then what?
You know who he is? Someone's right. He's Darwin. He's Darwin Nunes a bit, but
that's worrying.
But he's Darwin Nunes with a lot more technical ability, basically. If he in that sense, because you're rapid, you're tall, you've got a lot of physical presence about you and whatnot. I think he's finishing. We don't know yet because we yet to see him actually bag. But I would say he's more of that type, in my opinion. But he has got good feet though, man. Bit clunky on his touch though. Bit clunky with the touch, but that could be worked on. Well, you said that about Lukaku. I would say so, anyways.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Look, last summer I think Arteta. Let's look at Arteta's signings quickly. Rice has done well. Havertz has surprised us all. Timber we can't judge yet but I think we all know Timber's a baller. He probably is what. Look, it could end up being very good business, innit? If he is their main striker and they get him for 45, how much are we saying for Tony?
Actually, mad. Tony apparently is moving about 50. No,
yeah,
apparently
what? That much more than him.
Yeah, apparently.
Why?
They're saying Tony's fit because no one wants him. Apparently.
What's his contract? 1 to 2.
He's got 1 year. He's got 1 year left. He's at Brentford.
50 mil seems cheap for Ivan Toney.
I would take Tony for Arsenal. That's a guaranteed bagsman.
I don't think Arteta, like, in my
I don't
mind,
get what's going on with Tony. You know, there must be.
I think there's something happening behind the scenes.
Yeah.
That's a bit disingenuous, though. We don't actually know. We're just assuming.
No, we don't. We 100%. Let's. But at the same time, this isn't like right. If we were just to say his attitude's bad, then that's disingenuous. But say Ivan Toney 50 million. Why is it so cheap? You got to look at why is it cheap? Like, what is it? Maybe, I don't know. It could be something like, because of what's happened with him, his marketing, like the amount of money that a club could generate through marketing might be
Don't
lower.
you think he's worked too hard?
Yeah,
Too hard. Like he's like, you know what I mean?
I don't think that. Do you know what? There probably is something where at the moment clubs obviously have to look at how much money off the pitch a player will generate as well. Yeah, it is part of football now, and probably because of his charges, there probably is an element of that. But 50 million for Ivan Toney. If I'm Man United, I'm sniffing. If I'm Monts, you lot need a striker, didn't you?
In my opinion, but not in the club's opinion.
But
Yeah,
I mean, any club that's looking for a striker, 50 million for Ivan Toney, I'm snapping that up. I'm not going to lie.
I thought they would. You know what? I thought. I think Arteta's gone for the
Ivan
target.
Toney's a Liverpool fan as well. He's a Liverpool fan.
Is he? Because this is the thing with Ivan Toney. It's been a bit difficult to confirm, innit? Because he seems to be doing a lot for whichever club's linked to him.
He said it openly. He said it. He's a Liverpool fan. He appreciates the way Arsenal play in their style.
Oh, so's Drake, though, to be fair. You know, Drake's claimed every club.
Yeah, that's true.
I've seen Drake in a Chelsea shirt, brother.
Bro, Drake's been in every shirt. And do you not remember? Do you know how Rio Ferdinand recently came out and said he don't fuck with Drake no more, because when he met Drake was going on to him about how, because of his boy in prison or whatever, he's a big Man United fan. Then Drake looked a couple of days later, looked online and saw Drake in a City top and thinking,
Who said he don't rate who?
Rio said he don't rate Drake because he literally had a convo with Rio and told him how much he loves Man United. Then a couple of days later, he saw him in a Man City shirt. He's thinking, what?
That is killing me.
It's true. Drake is a groupie, man.
Drake's been in all shirts, I think.
Yeah, literally. It's a bit like Snoop Dogg as well. But what's it called?
A bit like Hamza. I'll take Hamza. Love, bro. I'm joking. I'm playing.
What's it called? No, I don't know. I thought Arsenal might have went for the Xavi Simons type, might have went back to the false nine, but clearly you kind of want someone that's a bit of a target man, a bit of an option. But 6 or 5, I don't know how good aerially Sesko is, but I'm pretty sure. I don't know if he's Wout Weghorst type in the air or he's actually good in the air. So one or the other, innit?
I've seen Abraham, man. That height thing is deceiving.
Yeah, some of them are deceiving. Yeah. But moving on to strike as well, Ches, is Chelsea. Apparently, you're not actually planning for Osimhen. As of now,
yeah.
But if you're not planning for him, surely you must be planning for maybe a Gyökeres then or someone like that. You must be looking at someone in high regards and probably not dashing all the money there, because at the end of the day, I think both of them are going to cost around the same price, right?
Apparently, Gyökeres would be a bit more, but when
8 million,
yeah. The thing is, Chelsea. I actually don't think Chelsea want to spend that much money on the striker, not because we don't want a quality striker, but because we're actually doing the project thing. So we don't mind going for a Sesko. That's I'm surprised Arsenal going for him, to be honest with you. But when Fab's coming out, everyone's coming out saying we're going to get a striker. We will get one. What striker we'll get depends on a lot of things. Like Tony coming in would be good.
Heard you're looking at Vardy still to come with the manager.
Huh?
Joking.
Save your chest. I didn't hear what you said.
No, I said Vardy. He's coming with your manager.
You're a funny guy. Anyway.
Chelsea keeping things a little bit on a hush, which is kind of surprising, because usually you know what's going on out there with Chelsea, and if you're not going to go for Osimhen,
if you think about it, the only transfer that happened with was Caicedo. We've actually been relatively good the last few years about Lavia.
The Lavia thing was definitely a surprise, because that was just like
Palmer came out of nowhere.
That's true. That's true. That's very true.
Also, when people say we've got no plan with that, you don't hear much leaks from us, really.
You do want a striker this. You do want a striker this summer, though, don't you?
Another jokes one. Who's the ex-City Don there? Shields.
Joe Shields.
Why didn't Shields reach back for Liam Delap?
Oh my God, one of your ex-youngsters.
Bro, listen, that Shields likes our ex-youngsters. They've gone and got the guy that was managing the academy for a period. Bro, Cole Palmer, Lavia, Delap link up soon come.
Never know, man.
So projecting. You said you're doing the projecting. Don would say his potential. He's played.
Sounds like at this rate, it sounds like Joe Shields should be your director of football.
What's your question?
When Don talks about the process thing, it's just hilarious too, because his club is hire and fire, and he speaks about process and longevity when the average life expectancy of a manager is about 2 days. It just doesn't make sense to me. It never makes sense.
I feel like this argument is very tired now. You guys are repeating the same thing. It's very easy to understand what's going on.
Bro, it is. Bro, you say we're
Everyone
repeating
knows,
it
like,
because it's repeating
Everyone
itself.
knows what
Like,
chess. Everyone knows what chess. Go on.
You
Everyone
don't let
knows
me
what.
educate you again once, because we're here every single time.
educate.
No,
I haven't
what-
been
what-
about,
no,
bro.
no, no,
Educate
tell
me.
you again.
Educate me.
Let me land.
No, no, no. I spoke about Don's opinion, not yours, but educate.
No,
Go
but
on.
what I'm saying is what Don's saying, yeah, he's not wrong, because you're looking at it from the manager perspective, but the club's made up of more than just managers. So yes, the manager leaves, but the project stays the same. So what he's saying isn't incorrect.
Of course,
So that's what I'm saying to you.
That's the whole reason of having a coach. Yeah, that is the
There
reason
we
of
go.
having a
That's
coach.
what we want
Yeah,
a coach, not a manager.
yeah.
Hey, and secondly, the players are here for a long time. So people looking at it going the last 2 years.
Associate manager, 5 years.
No. So basically,
Apparently,
you want to be a project club, but you're doing it incorrectly by not allowing players to build a rapport.
Firstly, there's no metric for processes. There's no such thing. No one's ever done a process correctly. Like, it's very rare.
Well, it has
Because
been.
people will say Liverpool, but is Liverpool the peak of process? No, because you're one.
Liverpool were actually process.
Because you get my point though. Like, where do we stop the line? Like,
I tell you a process that works. 115 is a sensational process. I'm not gonna lie. That's
even Chelsea thing. That's not a process, but like it's
okay,
a way of
that's
doing
fine.
football. But people
You're gonna
say
start the
that's
chat
not
off now.
But that's the
Spam it.
The argument that he gave was that he's doing all this process talk and how things have changed at the club. And yes, you could argue the fact that look at the length of the contracts. Of course, the length of the contracts means that clearly these players are supposed to be here for a long time to develop. But there's also an element of one step forward, two steps back by consistently changing the stuff. And again, hold on, let me land. And when we talk about you're changing the coach, but there's other factors that home into a process. One of the most important factors is the manager, because all I hear from Lewis is the players aren't that bad, and the manager is the reason why the players aren't able to develop or play or be consistent or just genuinely improve. But if the manager's consistently changing, there's uncertainty around the players. So even though the players are on these long contracts,
there's a lot of rebuttals I can give. There's a lot.
To be fair, they used to doing that Chelsea anyways.
No, but Kaz, there's a lot to what he's saying, which could be very easy refuted. Let me start with
how there's nothing wrong with
this. You know what? You know what your motto is, Ches. Yeah, you know that saying, "We're here for a good time, not a long time." For Chelsea, it's like we're here for a long time, not a good time.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's easy to say that now, but anyway, that's what one's saying. Yeah, there's many layers to why Poch got sacked. Firstly, it wasn't just because of more transfers.
There's been 6 of them. It's not just Poch, bro.
No. I'm talking about Poch in particular because he's the one everyone's going to speak. No one spoke about Potter because he deserved to go. Everyone talks about Poch because it's 50-50, isn't it? So people are like, why just get rid of him? We're so surprised. You're not surprised. Rivals doing it, gaslight. What I'm trying to say is that it was more than just football and wanting to do more transfers. It was everything. It wasn't just one facet. If he wanted more transfers, but the football was good, he would still be here. The football's crap. You want to troll me for all season? He didn't improve many players.
If the football's crap, then
the players liked him, but in business, it's not all about liking your manager. It's getting your job done, isn't it?
It's true.
So my thing is yes, they might like him and they're crying on social media, but at the end of the day, he might be cuddling them too much, in my opinion. They don't get enough slack. He's sitting there on touchline against the final against your team, which I was there. He's just sitting down, doing nada. It's not just one reason. Second thing is projects don't last 2 years. So whatever you've seen in the last 2 years, we've changed within 2 years. 1 year we're going for Aubameyangs and that. Now we're going for Seskos, Caicedos. And then people go to me, but you're trying to flip players. You don't buy 110 million Caicedo to flip him for 200 million. It's not going to happen.
It's the younger ones you're flipping.
There we go. It's like the really small ones, like Hutchinson, like Kaz will tell you about. He's what you call a flipper. Not
20. That's 20 million potential right there.
That's nothing to do with what I said. You brought up other people's arguments and used that to rebuttal mine. I've just said that when managers are consistently changing, it is infinitely harder for players to develop the same way because more time they don't know if they're still going to be there. We don't know the system's going to change. There's too much change to do this. I'm not saying consistent change is always going to be a bad thing, but I just think it's a direct contradiction to the whole process idea. That's all it is. And another thing is, I understand Poch. Listen, if someone tells me Poch is supposed to go, I'm not going to argue you down. he stunk for most of the season. I get it. But at the same time, I also hear that Chelsea, the football wasn't as bad because all Chelsea needed to do was put away their chances. They created so many chances and couldn't put them away. That was a massive reason for Chelsea not thriving. I hear that from Cass this season consistently. So many chances missed at Chelsea. So many chances missed at Chelsea.
When did we start?
Hold on. If so many chances are being missed, then the football cannot be as bad as what people say.
No,
so
I agree with the chances being missed. That's what we're talking about.
I think it's the profile of the players that there's some unforgivable stuff like Chilwell left wing and there's certain tactics not inverting, not even identifying putting Cucurella an inverted left back, which changed their whole game.
That's what I was going to say. That extreme,
address what I said.
Hold on.
You're right.
Hold on. The extreme of the Chilwell thing, I can even excuse that. I'm speaking about the last 5-6 games he won on the bounce. He inverted Cucurella and it worked. He was doing that in pre-season. And yes, the argument is we had injuries, so we couldn't do it as much. At the end of the day, it's not my job to make excuses for you. It's your job to figure it out. The football's poor. We're not getting results. There are two things you don't want to happen, and they were happening because we were 10th and we're playing rubbish ball. Yes, we're still missing chances. They can all coexist at the same time. But it doesn't change the fact that the football wasn't good and the system wasn't there.
Yeah, maybe. But
Cucurella was inverted, Kaz, the whole season, and we're missing chances. You would not hear me, Lewis, Don be coming out saying, the football's crap. These men are not getting coached. Be like,
that's
true. Decent.
Creating all these chances, but the football's crap. I don't know. It doesn't make sense.
Sometimes, you can create chances even if your football is shit. But at the same time, Jesse Mons is
high volume.
Addressing Mons.
Cass would know about that.
Yeah, trust me. Addressing what Mons had to say at first, it's true. You did miss a lot. That's why that's why there was a scrutiny over Nico Jackson or Raheem Sterling just not finishing your dinner or making the right chance at the right time as well. Obviously, Jackson got a lot better, but I'm not going to say he's clinical. But this is what makes me think with Maresca now. Obviously, we can quickly pinpoint to the type of striker you want because the original point was around not planning for Osimhen at this moment of time. It could happen in a month's time, but someone like Osimhen with a big fee, you'd want to plan, I would say, probably around now. So I'm looking at it like I can see why Chelsea wants Sesko now and probably want an Osimhen potentially. But if you're not going for Osimhen, then who's the in-behind striker? Because the only thing I can judge Maresca on is that he had Jamie Vardy pretty much more time or less in the season as the in-behind type striker, not a hold-up type striker. So which one is it? So now you're probably going to find Jackson getting in behind quite a lot and probably Cole Palmer maybe in a different position than the right. So it's like, who's going to be that goal scorer for you lot? I think that's it. That's all that's really missing from Chelsea at this moment of time to progress them.
100%. Back to this conversation.
So who is it? Yeah, Jackson Daka as well. Daka's another in-behind striker. So I wonder who that's going to be. That's what I'm kind of thinking.
In his system, guys, Jackson will thrive. He's got that pace. He's got.
I think so. I think so too.
He's sort of that Daka type because Daka's not the most technical player, but he's quite quick.
Jackson could be a baller next year, to be fair, he could be things could just flip on his head.
The problem with Jackson up front is an issue. We just need an actual 9. That's the thing. So if you had a Sesko who could start on the bench, find his way into the team, train with the team.
Vlahovic would be something.
I've actually only just deeped how much Joe Shields is just getting.
I'm telling you now, he's the director of football in disguise at Chelsea, mate.
Oh, but I'm just even deep in Maresca was Cole Palmer and Lavia's manager when City won the Division 2, which is and Oscar Bob. I think Rico Lewis was part of that team as well.
So he's not. He's not going to come in and do it.
You talk about relationship.
No, I'm not saying, but I'm saying the relationship. He is, and I've seen you lot have been linked with Trafford as well, James Trafford.
Goalkeeper.
See, that would be such a shrewd signing, in my opinion.
Yeah, get him for about 20 million,
and on a cheap.
And again, do you know what it is as well? I'll be honest with you. Some people play it down, but I personally don't. The thing at City is the mentality of the players, right? It's bred into them from young now, this winning mentality. And when you look at remember when in the under-21s World Cup final, was it the World Cup or Euros? I think it was Euros. And Spain had a penalty in the final minute, and Cole Palmer just looked at someone on the bench and said, "Trafford's saving this." It's just that belief. I don't know. I feel like he's just trying to pull back all the real ones from City. They've got a proper mentality. I think I still stand by it. The key at Chelsea at the moment for me is getting that getting that fitness room sorted.
Yeah.
It's like
Well,
Yeah, to be fair, that on Maresca and his fitness, he got like Pereira and Justin fit all season, and we know about those players. Then they're never fit.
and
They're
indeed,
never fit.
I think
Pereira's
that's
been
massive.
injured
We
for about
spoke.
5 years.
Was it last night or the night before we were speaking about it? And you keep Nkunku, you keep Reece James, you keep Lavia, you keep
100% we're getting top forward at 1 billion%.
you keep the defender. What's his name as well? Fofana, Colwell. There's so if you keep all of that, and I know you can say that about Tottenham, you can say that about Man United, but it is a big difference. You keep them Chelsea players fit, and all of a sudden you're onto something, I think, as well. And it is
100%. Just in Monty's point earlier on that Daps, he was saying, there's a lot of mid. There's a few sparkles, but a lot of mid. I hear you to a certain degree. The problem is they're young players. You need to develop them to be more than just mid. That's why we're saying,
by changing the manager.
So last summer was Cole Palmer mid or sparkle? Last summer
he was unproven.
So is it not fair to say that there's a few unproven at Chelsea as well? Then they're not mid.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. People are being put as mid, and I've had to. I do hear it. I still think you need experience in there. We said it last summer.
No, 100%.
You need experience in
That's
there.
why we're linked with
unproven. I think unproven and mid. Madueke and Palmer don't sit at the same table, and some people say Madueke is unproven. They don't sit the same. That's the disrespect to Cole Palmer. Being unproven at Man City is the difference. Being unproven at Chelsea, who are struggling. The big difference, massive difference.
No, I get that, but like,
I think with Thiago going as well, you do need to bring in some experience because like that is a lot of experience you've just lost.
100%. That's why I'm happy with linked with Toussaint Adebayo and Orejo from Barcelona. I know we're not getting him.
You should be looking at that. There's a lot of keepers you could be looking at. Even that Mamadashvili or something like from Valencia. Yeah, the Georgian keeper. He's serious. You're linked with him.
Who was it that we saw? There's someone that's on a free.
On a free?
No. So there was someone we were speaking about. It might not be on a free or a low release clause that's available. Oh, me and you were talking about it yesterday. Hold on, I'm gonna have a look. I'll have a look.
What my point is is that like the players are young right now, 22, 23, probably mean of like 22. But like in 1-2 years' time, they have a lot of Premier experience where like if we get younger players in, they become now Premier experience. So that's how the model's meant to be. But my thing is that like it's not meant to be a thing where we just let them grow and that's it. I still want to win on the way. Like, for example, this season, if we pitch the Carabao Cup and top 6, it's still a failure, but like, at least you're winning trophies. So, like, this whole, the players are mid is very, like, a blanket, like, it implies they're not going to improve and coaching can't improve them. Look what happened to Palmer. That's not just him, that's also Poch. Credit to him. Like, giving him the belief and confidence to go out and play his game, innit?
Yeah, so I don't know. Nah, I'm not having that, I'm not.
So you don't think
I'm not having that because I could have. In fact, Cass, was I not waxing before he joined Chelsea about how confident Cole Palmer is? Yeah, that's just in Cole Palmer, bro. Like Poch has not given him confidence. My man. Like I remember when he played for City. I think one of the first goals he scored for City. Yeah, he had De Bruyne on the left, and I think someone like Gundogan on the right, screaming for the ball. And my man just put his boot through it, like when he was 18 years old or something. He's just a confident player. Like you can even see it you can see it in his interviews. He's just a very confident baller. He knows his ability. So I don't think
he's got good IQ. That's why.
Yeah. But I've seen the IQ more than I saw at City since he's joined you. For me, it's that. What impressed me most with Cole Palmer at you lot was the moments when he was sometimes dropping deep and picking up the ball, because you didn't see that at City. Because at City more he was told, hug the line and whatever and kind of be more of a winger. Whereas at you lot, when he was dropping deep and his decision making with the passes and whatever. Because for me, that's something I look at. That's where I look at Ahmad and I look at Maino and I think their decision making is just on point. When they know when to make a pass and when. Even I saw one the other day. An assist for Cole Palmer, yeah, and the way he could have played a pass, but he held off for 2 seconds just to allow the player to get closer to the ball before he made the pass. So
I think goal sums him up perfectly. The Everton goal when he got the hat trick, the nutmeg and the pass of Jackson 1-2, then bottom.
Yeah.
That finish is like he waited, like he already knew what he was going to do before he got even the second pass.
He's one player I know he wouldn't have probably got the chances that he's got at Chelsea, but he's one player that me personally, obviously not Pep, but I wish I could have seen Cole Palmer and Foden ball out together at City so badly.
Yeah, that would have been really good. They can play.
I hope I get to see, bro. I hope I get. This is where, we are all as a nation sat here, just saying Southgate, please get it right, because that's the one time we could actually imagine if Southgate goes with Rice, Bellingham, Foden, Cole Palmer, Saka, and Kane, right? All of a sudden, everyone's going, you've got all of our balls.
That really does work. That really does work. That really does.
Realistically, you know, the first game, who are we playing? We're playing someone like Slovenia.
We'll play Connor midfield.
You already know there's a draw. There's no draw written all over there.
Somehow, I'll be honest and listen, I'm a big Grealish fan and I hope he comes good next season, but Grealish has no place starting in that England team at the moment. It's written. Everyone says you got to play Foden central. Cool. Cole Palmer and Saka. I don't know. Maybe you do have to play Cole Palmer on the left, but I'd rather see Cole Palmer on the left than see Foden on the left. I would.
Yeah, let me run these quick. Big up Kingsley, by the way. Keen super chat. So big up yourself. He says, let's be real, as a Chelsea fan, our owners are foolish. Which is at this moment of time, that's correct, I believe. And then he says, I dare them to sack this Enzo guy if we come 12th. That's what I said.
Why does everyone keep saying we're going to come 12th, though?
No, obviously, it's the narrative around it is 12th, isn't it? But the thing is, it doesn't mean him in 12th, even if it's 10th, 8th, 9th, 11th.
I don't think we're going to get lower than 6th, though.
No, you not with that team. If it's fit, no, there's no chance. But they're trying to say, even if imagine if he did, I dare him to sack him. It goes to show, you know, how shit this board, this ownership really is, right? Even if, well, all you can say is just let's just wait and see. And it's just obviously Chelsea fans are just not optimistic about this appointment, which is fair enough. And why would you have any confidence at this moment of time with your board, anyways? But guys, there's 500 of you in here. And about 300 plus 350 people have not, or more, because it does fluctuate, has not liked this video. So if you can hear my voice and you can hear it, if you don't mind double checking, that like button is very important. It's the bread and butter. You know how to do it. If you exit your live chats on your phones as well, if you're watching pretty much like that landscape, make sure you put it upwards, and then you know you can exit and you can go and like that video.
The numbers are going up day by day, innit?
I think it's just there's quite a bit of news today, man.
But
hopefully, wait, for Friday. It's not actually for Friday.
The numbers are right.
I thought it was Wednesday today.
Yeah. Listen, people need to keep hitting that like button, because by the end of this summer, we need to be back on the numbers we were on last summer, which is over 1,000 on a show regular, and that's down to all of you lot hitting that like button. And we're being consistent. Trust me, 2 shows a day at the moment is not easy, but we're going to be consistent, and we need you lot to be consistent with that like button.
Yeah, big up yourselves. I'm going to switch this quickly to Liverpool. Just a little segue. Mbeumo and Bakayoko. Now, this is nuts. Yeah. Now, when I think of, I'm going to get cussed out a little bit. Because when I think of Mbeumo, I just think of goals. Who came in straight for Liverpool? Got them straight goals. Nah, but when you got them, that guy that came in straight goals, and Mbeumo kind of reminds me of a Mo Salah, in a way. And people are going to be like, what? But in hindsight, when I remember when Salah signed for Liverpool, he was getting corned. He was getting corned for that, right? And Mbeumo, it could be Mo Salah's successor, and he does have a lot of goals. People say he's a striker. I believe he can do both. But there's interest on that way, and Newcastle. And if Newcastle get him, all of a sudden they've got Anthony Gordon as an option. They've got Mbeumo as an option, and also what's his face, Harvey Barnes, and then they got Isaac. That's disgusting. That front three is disgusting, right? Mbeumo to Liverpool and a Bakayoko, who is predominantly right winger, from PSV as well. Shock, but Mons, man, they're good options. You're looking at left wingers and right wingers.
I think with the Bakayoko thing, I think again, Dutch. You know what I'm saying, Dutch. More Dutch. More Dutch wingers, fuck's sake. But listen, what I saw in the Champions League from Bakayoko, good player in that. Does he move the needle for me? In a 1v1 situation, but Liverpool fans there's a Liverpool fan base that are like tired of Luis Diaz. So how can you then turn your nose up and go, oh my God, I really like Bakayoko? You know what I'm saying? Like, how can you dislike Luis Diaz and then say, yeah, bring us Bakayoko? It doesn't make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he's not going to be a numbers guy. and he's good at beating his player. Pause. So it's like it depends. But at the same time, this is now a slot system. So for Arnie's slot, would Bakayoko be more of a suited winger than like a Luis Diaz on the other side? I'm not too sure. I don't know what you man kind of think of this Bakayoko guy, but Arsenal obviously interested in him as well. Other teams do want him. So it's not like he's a dud. Like he's a good player when it comes to isolating his wing back.
Well, for one,
it's something that doesn't move me. It's similar, like maybe to the Somerville thing. I don't know.
Well, if we get one, he's from Belgium. He's not Dutch. He's
not Dutch.
He's not Dutch. He's from Belgium. Also,
hold on. What division does he play in?
He plays for PSV.
So he plays in Holland. Plays in Holland. But it's always got to be a Holland link. Do you know Ryan Babel was on TalkSport yesterday? Yeah, and obviously Ryan Babel, ex-Liverpool. They asked him what his thoughts are on Slot, and he said the one thing that worries me is whenever Dutch managers seem to move to the Premier League, their first move is to go back to what they know best. Yeah, and he said, and let's be real, the level of the league is very, very different. And it's mad that even a Liverpool I'm not going to call him a Liverpool legend because he isn't that, but he's a ex-Liverpool player and he's Dutch, and even he's calling it out that it does seem weird the way these Dutch managers just seem to go to. But then saying that's what, you can say Chelsea's manager's doing potentially now with everyone does go back to what they know best. But
well, yeah,
man.
I think Mbeumo is the better move. If you're going to go get anyone, it has to be Mbeumo. You need another right winger if Harvey Elliott's not the option on the right hand side. If he's using, yeah, definitely.
What, confirmed? Definitely, yeah.
I think so. Yeah, I think it would have been a lot more blown up. I'm pretty sure.
I think the only I would say he stays unless if Saudi come in. I can imagine Edwards would be like, "What you offer him?" And if it was a bid that Edwards thought, you know what, yeah, in a year's time we're going to get a lot less than Salah, we could do a lot of good with that money. That would probably be.
I've got a strong feeling that Mbeumo is really on the cards. I don't think Kudus would be in the card unless Salah was to go, and then they'll get a direct replacement there. But I got a feeling he's. I can't see
West Ham selling Kudus this early.
I can see they would want goals out of Mbeumo, and then they probably go. I don't think no one gets Kudus this summer. I don't think no one. I think he ends up staying, and it's going to be a bidding battle for him next year. Do you know what I mean? By Mbeumo, I would definitely say watch this space for that one. Definitely, you see the type of winger. He's good at pressing. Got goals in him. He's got a little bit of creativity to his game as well. Like let's not go like that. His final ball at the back post is really underrated. By the way, how many times that guy's found Ivan Toney is ridiculous, and not just Ivan Toney. You could talk about Visser as well, and all different types of striker. I think Visser is really underrated. But you know who is also looking at right wingers? Funny enough, Rodrygo, and it's fun. And you know what? Yeah, Daps. We had this, and Daps notified me last night about there's been a conversation between Pep through Sam Lee. Obviously, he reported it from the Athletic. He's a Man City correspondent that people want to know. So there was conversations between Rodrygo and Pep, and probably the plans for Rodrygo, right? And when I tell you now, instantaneously, not even that long after, Fabrizio Romano comes out about Rodrygo's camp saying, this is the best technical project for him to stay at in Real Madrid. Now, when that happens, there's a little bit of smoke.
Bro,
I'm not being funny. I can see I can see Man City probably going back in and trying to get sound him out a little bit more because you can't.
I can't. Bro, look, if you deep it, yeah. Mbappe looks like he's going to PSG, right? To Real Madrid, sorry. Real Madrid have got Vinicius, yeah. Pep apparently has had a chat with Rodrygo, and he's said to him that his plans for him would be on the right-hand side, and Rodrygo's not keen on playing on the right-hand side, which tells you why Rodrygo wants to leave Real Madrid, because they've got Mbappe, they've got Vinicius, and Rodrygo's thinking, I want more game time, and ultimately saying he wants to play on the left or maybe through the middle, but I doubt probably on the left. All I take from this is that City are looking for a right winger, right? The fact that Pep spoke to him and said, if you were to come to City, our plans for you would be on the right-hand side. And he said he's not keen on that. That's it for me. He ain't coming City. He said he's not keen on playing on the right. Pep's not. I don't think Pep's going to change his mind. I don't think he's going to change his mind. But what it does tell us is that City are looking for a right winger. That's all I'm taking from it. I'm not here. I know there's some people that, because I think yesterday it does seem a bit of a coincidence that yesterday what I think initially sparked the rumours was Rodrygo spoke about City and said we knew when we played City in the Champions League that they were the best team in the world at the moment and that they were going to outplay us and whatever. Right? From that, City fans are going, "Oh, he likes City. He wants City." I'm not here. He ain't coming City for me. I could be proven wrong, but it tells me we're looking for a right winger, which then makes you think, all right, isn't Savio that? So
yeah, but I got a feeling
Savio's been
Savio
playing on
could
the left
still.
wing, man.
Yeah, he can play on both sides, and also he can.
so can
I
Doku.
got.
So maybe,
I got
like I said, it looks like definitely looks like Pep's going for wingers next season, though.
I'm
That's
telling
one
you,
thing
when I
yeah.
said months ago, this guy is going back to direct wing play. He's going back to
And
direct wing play.
if you think about it, yeah, he's come out and said he's gonna
Mm.
need to rely on Jack Grealish next season. That's one winger, right?
So
We
what
got
does that
Doku.
start? What
Doku
does
ain't
that
going.
Yeah,
What?
he's not going. No, he's not going.
Doku ain't going,
Yeah.
obviously. We got Savio coming, and apparently, so we definitely expect City to be playing with wingers next season. But you know what? At that point, if we are looking at right wingers, and Rodrygo said no, I would also then say that the interest in Frimpong will be real because Frimpong.
Easy 34 million release clause. Easy.
That's one.
Winger,
Well, that's one. And of course, it's different. But still, 34 million, bro. If we're looking to spend money on Bruno G, the type of money that is, it would make sense for me. Like, go and get Frimpong now, innit? Go and get Frimpong. I want Frimpong as well.
Let me do this super chat quick because I've got another little theory as well. Honestly, or tends to Liverpool have identified West Ham's mum's Kudus as a target this summer. Also, Liverpool made an approach for PSV winger Joe Bakayoko. That's what has been reported. To be fair, no, I haven't seen much.
Cost guap.
Yeah, about 80 million. I think they said before. I think he's got 85 million release clause.
Yeah, it would have to be that because his first year at West Ham and he was cooking. It'd be mad.
I want some of the chat to get involved in this, and I see it from who's it? Big up non-viewer. I want Ches to get involved in this as well before Dax gives his opinion on this because I know what he's going to say. Right? If they can't identify as number 8, let's say Bruno G isn't there. Let's just say in theory he's staying for another year. Could you potentially see? Do you reckon Pep might look at Grealish and think like, let me try revamp him into that 8? Maybe a bit more of an attacking 8, the in behind the Gundo type. Obviously not the one that drops deep. You can do it though. Do you reckon he might think, Grealish in the midfield, and let me go get a left winger like direct replacement? Because it's funny they're linked with both left winger and right winger, Man City, and they're looking at players that can play on both sides comfortably. So Savio, Doku, we don't know about Bernardo Silva.
The thing is,
Foden can do it if he needed to.
Well, the conversation happened a few years ago, and Pep kind of put it to bed. Like, yeah, but I can tell you now, Grealish likes the role. When I was in Athens, I was chatting to his brother, and his brother said to me, like, I was saying, I want to see Grealish through the middle, and his brother was saying, yeah, like Grealish likes playing through the middle. I like seeing my brother play through the middle, but Pep's not keen on it. And for me, it makes. If you look at his time at City, yeah. Obviously, from a system point of view and a control point of view, I think Rooney spoke on it, the importance of Grealish wide, right? But if you're talking from a on the eyes point of view, yeah, the moments where Grealish has looked cold is when he's picked up the ball from deep and ran through the middle at defenders, yeah? Because when Grealish is running at you, you're either bringing him down or he's getting through, right? So I'd love to see it. And also, we've seen a few times in the last 2 years the dog in him that gets back and puts a shift in. So for me, if with Bernardo goes, obviously Gundogan's gone now. It is a role we need, like more central players. I'd like to see it, but I got told Pepper put it to bed. Didn't like the idea. So
I'll be real. Rubbish. He ain't good enough for that level. That's crazy. That's crazy. He's not good enough to play in the middle.
Who said that?
Robert. What do you say? What do you say, Ches, on this one? Anyways, what do you say about that? Maybe can you see Grealish in the middle? Can you see them going for a different kind of left wing? Or Bernardo as well? Does he stay? Does he go? Like his suit, like PSG look like.
I think Bernardo's cycle's ended. Still, I think he'll leave.
Do you reckon? You can tell by the way he was as well towards the end of the season.
Yeah, the way his demeanor, he's playing the game. Yeah, he doesn't check out.
I hear it, bro. The maddest thing is, yeah, the craziest thing is, for years we've known that Bernardo's been happy at City and it's been his missus that wanted the move. But then the rumours are now that apparently his missus actually kind of grown to love Manchester, and now his missus is all right. But I think he's gone. What Robert's saying that Grealish isn't good enough to play the midfield role. Yeah, if you actually look at what Grealish does best, yeah, is exactly what Pep wants in a midfielder. Do not lose the ball, right? That's what Pep's been. That's what Grealish has been doing for the last 2 years at City, making sure he keeps hold of the ball and brings other players into the game. So I think Grealish is good enough to play that role. But ultimately, if Pep don't see it, then it's what it is. But
Yeah,
I
you
think
know what?
if you're looking at what's out there, and like if there does seem to be that City don't want to pay the 100 million or whatever the release clause is for Bruno Gomes, right? You're then looking at what else is out there. I think Grealish in the middle is as good an option as a lot of
Easy fix.
realistic options out there. And like, of course, look, if someone like Musiala or Kimmich becomes available, right?
Ooh, who is available?
But if that is true, then obviously, yeah, I'm saying I'd have Kimmich over Grealish. I'd have Musiala, but I keep saying about Musiala, bro. I keep saying to everyone when everyone goes on about like City fans goes, we should go in for Musiala. I honestly believe between Bayern and Germany, they do not allow that kid to leave this summer. They don't. I just can't, especially even more so with the Euros being on. Like, I just can't see that happening.
I can't see it. You know what's mad though? Just off topic quickly, yeah, Mons. Crystal Palace are moving mad. Dougie Freeman is moving nuts, bro. They're getting Joe Bellingham, or they're about to go. They're looking to go sign Joe Bellingham. They already got that Wharton kid, and now they're getting Kamada, the Eintracht Frankfurt, with his old manager, the baller, the Japanese baller, central midfielder, can do everything basically. Bit more attacking, I'd say, but he's a.
Who was it that turned around recently and said he wants to stay at Palace?
Dougie Freeman.
Dougie Freeman, that's it. And maybe I don't know. Maybe they've actually got a vision.
Do you reckon they keep Wharton? Do you reckon they keep Wharton?
They're gonna. Yeah, they will. Yeah,
I think that he's only recently moved there. He's been there for 6 months. But I know I saw Bayern are interested in him. But
yeah, Kamada's going to Crystal Palace because he couldn't agree on a Lazio fee, release clause fee. So he's going on there on a free.
When they key marquee sign.
Like, I hear it, Chesley. Yeah. You know what? They've got to get. It's like Villa did before Grealish went. They got a few players in.
They do it before the players sold, so the price is lower. You get it. So like, it's smart,
and it also keeps the fans appeased, keeps the fans happy as well.
It's all strategic. It's smart, but yeah, I think Joe would be a good player. I've seen him. Who's that? Sheffield, didn't it? He was at Sheffield.
How old is he?
No, what club is he at?
How old is Joe Bellingham?
I think he's
young. No, he's young.
He's a couple years younger than Jude, no?
He's like 18.
20.
It's like 18, 19.
No, Jude's 20. Jude is 20.
Oh, yeah, he's still mad saying Jude's 20.
Jude is 20.
Bro,
yeah,
no way.
Like this guy. Yeah, no joke.
Nah. He looks much older than that. What the hell?
Nah, it's because you got to keep it.
This is why yes, Jude's got great PR, but brother is still 20 years old.
That's the thing. You got to remember when he first started playing for England, and his football IQ looked better than every other midfielder in the team, and it's when he was like 16 or something. You forget that. It's like we were speaking about that Reina yesterday. All these young ballers at Dortmund. You forget, bro. That period, that group of Dortmund players, yeah. Bro, they're all like 16, 17 and that, just balling out in the top flight.
I don't know how good Joe is going to be though. Like, I can't work out like if he's more of a defensive player or attacking player, but it looks like he gets used as a box to box attacking, like in the 10 more for Sunderland at this moment of time. And I don't know if he's going to be great like that, dude. Because
that's it. It was Sunderland.
Yeah, he's at Sunderland. Yeah. Job, like, I don't know. We don't know, but if he's getting to Palace, there must be some. Bro, he did as well, but. I still remember one of the Sunderland games where I think they lost. It was to Coventry. I think it was big game. I think it was. But yeah, man, we'll see.
I almost feel like deep down. I feel like Joe Bellingham should be.
He runs.
You know what? I feel like he should be in Germany or somewhere. Yeah, because if he makes a move to a Premier League club, the pressure around him is going to be. I know it's only Palace, but it's still a Premier League club. The eyes are on him. Whereas if he was just allowed to go to a different league, and I'm not saying La Liga or nothing, like somewhere separate to his brother, just to prove it himself and not have the pressure that he's going to have on him, because he's going to have a lot of pressure if he moves to a Premier League club.
I think Crystal Palace right now, the way Crystal Palace are going, like they were known to have a good youth academy and everything. Anyways,
I'm not even talking the club; it's the media, bro. We all know what English media is like. The English media are going to be all over him, and it's just a lot of pressure. Look, by the looks of his brother, that family know how to deal with pressure.
Yeah,
so
they're revamping that whole midfield, and it's about time you got the shape.
Bro, it's something exciting to watch. Like
Crystal Palace is just streets FC. That's the way I look at it.
And that's the thing that is clever from Freeman and everyone else there. Yeah,
it's got good talent.
It's going to help. It's going to make us like if Crystal Palace are on a Saturday 5:30 kickoff or whatever, you're going to watch it, ain't you? If you've got all these young ballers, you're going to watch it thinking, yeah, I want to see what these lot are saying. So it's clever.
But yeah, man, other than that, there's not really much going on Man United side of things or Tottenham side of things, or let alone Newcastle, except for the back. I think it's the Embuemo stuff. But yeah.
Can I just say, yesterday I heard you speaking. I think it was yesterday daytime. You're speaking about City going in for that Werder Bremer keeper.
Oh, the keeper. They're keeping tabs on him. Yeah.
Do you know what it is, bro? At the moment, by the looks of it, I think it's because you've got to deep it. Like the ideal world. Pep wants to keep Ederson and Ortega, and rightly so. But I think if you're looking at, there's a good chance we lose one of them, innit?
I think so. And I saw it come out say that the only way Ederson's gonna leave if he puts in a request. That's it.
See, I know that Ederson felt a bit underloved at the end of the season. Apparently, he was speaking with someone I know at the 4-peat party, saying like, don't know that being subbed off against Tottenham seems to. It's weird because he was injured in it, but he seems to take that as a bit.
When you look at it, he fractured his eye socket or something like that.
Yeah, he did.
But he was over that. Why he wants that? That's
no, bro. Real talk, yeah. Right. So, bro, last year at our party, he seems a little bit, fragile, shall we say, yeah. And then this year again, he's been a bit like, I love this club. I've done so much for this club, and I don't feel the love. And obviously, like, apparently, everyone's saying to him, like, what are you talking about? Like, the fans love you, they sing your name and whatever. Yeah. But he just, and we do. I can guarantee we love Ederson. I don't know. Sometimes just
he doesn't feel the connection as much.
Probably, and let's just put it down to it's probably ego as well, man. Ego.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I think probably there is an element of he's always, when you've always played second fiddle at international, which he is, I'll admit it. Yeah, he's second fiddle to Alisson. That probably does make you a little bit kind of like you want to be loved that little bit more by your club. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, bro, realistically, he's probably actually pulling a blinder to get a better deal.
Yeah, more than likely. You probably
I think it's crazy. The only thing I'll say is that the way everyone spoke about Ortega, like Ederson didn't make a number of saves in the running, like just throughout the running of.
Bro, he helped win us that Champions League last year.
Ederson, I'm just talking this season. Like Ederson's made some really key saves in general, and then Ortega obviously makes the penultimate one against Son.
But then this is a thing with keepers and swings and roundabouts, bro. Ederson would not have made that mistake against Man United for the first goal. The communication between Ederson and Vardy would have been, Ederson would have come flying through all man saying mine. Yeah,
to be fair,
wouldn't have been leaving it for no one.
Ederson probably would have been quicker to the ball.
Yeah, 100%. So it's just, it is what it is. Look, I think the best thing everyone says about Ederson is that because of how good he is with his feet, people always say, oh yeah, he's not very good as a shot stopper. He's still a very good shot stopper. He's not Alisson level, definitely not. But he's still a good shot stopper. I think people maybe speak a bit negatively on that side of his game, but it's what it is, man. We'll see. But that I just wanted to, because I know people are saying, oh, who is it that leaves? I think at this point, like Ortega, if someone comes in for Ortega offering him first team football and Ederson is staying, then we're going to need backup goalkeeper, innit?
Yeah, probably.
Because Scott Carson isn't there to play games. Scott Carson's there for vibes. Fully. And drink.
Yeah.
And to Batman if they get beat.
He's there for a pint still, a couple Budweiser.
100%, bro. He's Ederson's best mate, and he's like, no, bro. He's there. Like sometimes at clubs, yeah, there's players that in the dressing room they're very very, very important. That's what Carson's there for now, bro. Like,
He's literally vibes. He's
yes,
literally
bro.
vibes.
Yes. Bro, look, put it this way.
on.
Put it this way. If Edison and Ortega both got injured, yeah, I would put money on it being our younger that plays in goal, not Carson. But
That's
Pep's seen it. But Pep's seen it. It's saying, bro, our kit man's very, 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 very important. And it sounds mad, yeah. But sometimes in dressing rooms, like it's like Newcastle and their assistant coach. Like sometimes there are these people in the dressing room and that just are important to the mentality of the players and just to calm everyone down and like, bro, it's a job I want. I want that.
I think anyone wouldn't mind that. But yeah, look, we'll see what happens later on. Should be back tonight as well, maybe, depending on the news and stuff like that. Yada yada yada. But if not, then we'll be back tomorrow. I don't think there should be much transfer activity over a weekend. There typically isn't, but we'll see about that one. But do go over to Big Expanse. Oh yeah, that too. I'll be doing a watch long for that. That's why I don't want to, but here we go. But yeah, man, look, go over to Big Expanse. It's gonna send you right there. So go over there, smash the likes, and we should be back tonight potentially. So in a bit.